stories we produce were submitted by Unsolved Mysteries.
What up, y'all?
8 years ago, the little town of East Millinocket, Maine was safe and secure. The last place you'd expect a brutal murder to occur.
We did a story called Maine Petition, which took place in a small town. And it's one of those stories that we might not have done. It might not have come to the attention of the researcher. The town hadn't sent in a petition. I think it was 6,000 signatures asking us to do this story.
I saw Joyce. She wasn't moving. Her body looked like it had been beaten.
And that case was eventually solved. Joyce's killer was identified.
One of the things we set out to do from the very beginning was to find stories that had a scary or creepy element to them, because let's face it, people do like to be scared.
It's through the opportunity to go inside the mind of an arsonist.
There was this one story we did called Unknown Arsonist, where a guy found a jacket on the side of the road. There's a videotape in the jacket, pulled out the videotape, played it.
Okay. If it were weeks vacation,
The person who had set the fire was narrating the tape, like he was watching the fire happen and narrating it at the same time. It was very creepy. Once we aired the show, I think 1,000 tips came in, and the police ended up solving it, and it turned out to be 2 juveniles that had set like 25 other fires.
I think one of the most incredible paranormal stories we produced was about a nurse by the name of Teresita Bassa.
Soon the fireman made a grim discovery.
Teresita was brutally murdered in her apartment in Chicago, and there were no suspects. Police were at a total dead end.
A Chicago couple claimed that the victim, Teresita Bassa, had named her own killer after she was murdered, speaking to them from beyond the grave.
A woman that Teresita used to work with started going into the trances, and she would speak in the voice of Teresita. You must go to the police. The police cannot find my killer. His name is Alan Showery. And she actually named Teresita's killer. And it turned out she was right. Alan Showery was his name, and he was arrested. And he was so freaked out by how police were able to track him down that he confessed to Teresita's murder in the courtroom. That is one story I will always remember.
When you talk about unsolved mysteries, one of the key factors is the music. It scared the heck out of people. We get letters from people who say, it's been 30 years and I'm still scared by the Unsolved Mysteries music. It is a key part of the show because it sets up the atmosphere of weirdness and scariness. We love to go to scary movies, and Unsolved Mysteries is able to tap into that feeling.
What's surprising to me is 35 years later, when people either hear Unsolved Mysteries, they go, oh my God, that theme song. Or if they hear the theme song, they go, oh my God, I remember that. I remember climbing under the couch. That music scared me so much.
I think that combination of that music and Robert Stack's voice were key elements of why the show was so popular.
When we first produced the Unsolved Mysteries specials, John and I were on location all the time. But once the series began, we were just too busy to go out on the road. So all the series producers and the series directors got to go out, and they got to have all the fun, and they came home with some great stories about production.
One of the best things of Unsolved Mysteries was that we shot on location in the places with the people that were involved in that mystery. And for some places, it was the first time they'd ever seen a TV film crew come into their town. And they would just, roll the red carpet. We'd be on local news. I mean, it's kind of hysterical to think today with all the reality television. But those days, it was very unusual sometimes for places that we went to. And everybody could not have been more friendly, more helpful, and I think that helped a lot in solving a lot of mysteries.
Law enforcement agencies in the smaller towns were incredibly helpful. They'd give us helicopter support and they would give us vehicles and actual officers for our recreations. I mean, they would close off highways for us, but it was always a little bit risky. I remember one shoot, we probably had the entire police department helping us recreate a crime scene, and we were just about to start shooting, and they got called to a real crime scene. And the crew was left just standing there with nothing to film. But they eventually came back, and we eventually got our scenes.
I don't think that, do you remember me? Mr. Stewart.
When you go to the small town, you can't get actors because you're far away sometimes from the major city. And you do want to work with the real people.
Excuse me. Where are you from? I'm from Brooklyn. That's what I thought you said. What section?
What we found is that it got tricky because when it was an emotional story or it was like something with a murder or somebody died, the family, it was like, it would always bring them to tears sometimes. It was really hard to watch.
Well, we just completed all the tests on your little girl, and I'm afraid the results confirm that she's going to need a complete blood transfusion.
A lot of times we had to cast people that weren't necessarily.
What up, lady mistress?
Good actors. So we had people who were overacting, people who were underacting, and people who were not acting at all. Sometimes people would even play themselves, and that was always a problem too because they'd be so nervous, and it was really tough. The directors had a big challenge a lot of times working with the actors.
Well, I knew her a little bit,
Oh, good. Would you like to come down to the station and give a statement?
but if my mom can come with me.
We would go into a small town to do a story, and we would cast quote unquote actors, and they would all come from small theater groups.
Good to see you.
Who the hell is Phoebe?
And so Unsolved was America's Little Theater.
There's no reason Taylor said that. It's so intercultural. She loves that movie.
I love him too. That's why I want to spend more time with
You
him.
get enough time to spend with him, but he needs me.
The casting process was always a very interesting problem. What was most important for us was that the actors looked like the real people, so the audience wouldn't get confused. And their ability to act wasn't nearly as important.
One time we did a story about a fugitive who was on the run, and we cast a guy who looked exactly like him. The show aired, and someone called in that the fugitive was eating at a restaurant. So they sent the police over and they arrested him, but it was the actor, not the fugitive.
So after that, we decided to start getting the actors who played bad guys in part they could carry around with them to prove to law enforcement that if they were ever arrested, that they were just an actor and they were not a wanted fugitive.
I got this old thing. And the bill from the store where I got it.
Figured you could beat it with a better deal than one of these big boys.
It doesn't work that way.
Guess your obstacles rising.
Bring me your AT&T or T-Mobile bill for a better deal today.
I got this old thing. And the bill from the store where I got it.
Figured you could beat it with a better deal than one of these big boys.
It doesn't work that way.
Guess your obstacles rising.
Bring me your AT&T or T-Mobile bill for a better deal today.
Leo's working hard, growing. Pampers is working hard, keeping him dry. Only Pampers Swaddlers have the Keep Dry liner to keep him comfortably dry. Pampers, behind every baby.
If dogs were influencers, they'd probably review pepperoni treats live.
Getting tougher. Oh my gosh, getting tougher.
Smoky, beefy.
Pepperoni is slow cooked for 2.5 hours. Yeah.
Thankfully, dogs find dogs. Treat the best to the best. Pepperoni.
The pepperoni, side of gravy.
Of course, if dogs were influencers, they'd probably review pepperoni treats live.
Getting tougher. Oh my gosh, getting tougher.
Open the panel.
Smoky, beefy.
Pepperoni is slow cooked for 2.5 hours. Yeah.
But thankfully, dogs are dogs. Treat the best to the best. Pepperoni.
The pepperoni, side of gravy.
Of course,
So that we had to cast a scene where these two guys robbed somebody, and we're calling people in to, audition, and so we have them do a little quick improv. So these two guys come in and they do the improv, and they scared everybody in the room. They're like, did the perfect robbery. They like strong armed the person. They gave them a look, and we're all like, oh my god, how did? So I asked them, I said, how come you go? What do you guys really do? They go, oh, we're really robbers. That's what we do. So they go,
When the actors didn't match the real people quite as well as we needed them to, we would use makeup and wigs to help create a better match. And some of those wigs and mustaches actually made matters worse, I think. Looking back on some of those recreations, they were just too funny. There's actually an Instagram account called Wigs of Unsolved that one of our fans put together, and it's dedicated to the ridiculous looking wigs of unsolved mysteries.
Another funny part about the actors is we would come into town and we would do local casting, and anytime we would ask an actor if they could do something like drive a stick shift car or ride a horse or swim or drive a boat, they would always say yes. So we did a story once about a couple, and they were horse riders, and so when we cast the lookalike actor, asked him if he rode a horse. Oh yeah, I grew up on horses. I've ridden horses all my life.
We hired these two, they got them up on a horse and they were riding along the side of the road. Supposed to be a nice romantic, ride together to establish their love relationship.
And the horse just takes off, just galloping away from the set.
Fast. And you could see he had no idea how to control this horse. He was hanging on for dear life. Luckily, the woman was a good horsewoman, and she was able to catch up to his horse, stop the horse before he fell off and really hurt himself.
Needless to say, there were no horse riding scenes with him.
Have you got the note? What note?
from the parking garage. For the most part, there's recreations where there's
What up, Mr. Fat?
What to do? How are we doing this morning?
Doing all right. Hey, mate, your stream is pretty and cool, and I can see that your audience and viewers are low. Kindly add me up on Discord to help you promote your channel. My username is Williams_12.
Twitch bot. Twitch
Yeah.
Twitch ding dong bot.
What is that noise?
What noise?
There's a background noise over there.
It might be the heat. I don't know. The heat just kicked on.
Yeah, must be it.
We got snow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking cold as shit. Yeah. So, yeah. I guess it's time for our wake and bake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cheers.
All night long.
God damn. Whew.
You alright?
Yeah. This is good stuff. Plus, I put Keef on top of the bowl and then wax on top of that. And then I filled this thing with grape Faygo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What are you doing today besides work?
I'm just chilling, watching Unsolved Mysteries.
As usual. You haven't seen all those episodes yet? I mean, geez.
I know, right? I gotta grab a cup of coffee. I'll be right back.
When you had your interview with the lady, did she ask who lives in the house? All right, well, if she says, and you can just say my stepdad and my mom are separated, but he stops in sometime to see my pop. Just say you don't know where he's staying, but he does come by sometimes. He don't stay here.
All night long. All right, I'm back.
God damn. All right. Whew. Whew. Damn. Yeah. So, I don't know. Started journaling again.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Like yesterday.
that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it was very cathartic. I'd suggest journaling to you, but you have to be literate for that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is everything that I hoped it would be. Replicon, we should suggest a new category for Replicon Radio Awards, and it should be most boring podcaster ever. And I would definitely nominate you.
Yeah.
For sure. Because if anyone deserves a reward or an award for being terrible, it's you.
Yeah.
I cracked myself up. If I didn't crack myself up, I wouldn't crack anybody up. Did you know, Fred, that when you wish on a star, you're actually a few million years too late? Because that star is dead. Just like your dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah. But on a good note, what's today, Tuesday?
Yes. All night long.
What is with you in that song?
I don't know.
I don't understand it. Now, are you singing it because you heard it, or are you like on the radio, or?
I think I heard it on a commercial.
Because every time I hear it, I think of Fifth Element. Have you seen the new Unsolved Mysteries?
The new one? I think I might have
Yeah.
seen it on YouTube.
Yeah, something like, it's not super new, but it's like newer, and obviously Robert Stack isn't on it, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That show used to scare the crap out of me,
Oh yeah.
when I was a kid. Because we'd always watch it, me and my friends would watch it on, I guess, weekends whenever we have summer parties and shit. And I'd always be the first one to fall asleep. But I always have, I don't know. It would scare the crap out of me. Did you ever go to slumber parties with your girlfriends, Fred?
Summer parties.
Slumber parties.
Oh, slumber parties.
Well, or with your guy friends. Yeah, it's probably more like guys.
Not really, no.
No? Hmm. Surprises me. Did you ever play sports?
I played a little bit of baseball when I was young. I was the worst player on the whole league, though. It was funny. I was on the best team, but I was the worst player.
That's funny on different many different levels. The first one being you were setting the precedent early, setting yourself up to just be mediocre throughout.
Yeah.
Like I was the worst player on the team. Some things never change. Interesting. I miss playing kickball. That was so fun.
All night long.
How many viewers you got?
It says 3, but I think 2 of them are spam bots on Twitch.
Oy.
I got 1 viewer on JDA, though.
That's probably me.
You're watching on JDA?
I was. I don't know. It might not be me. Now you're gonna get that damn song in my head.
All night long.
Ay, such an a-hole.
Could I be evil?
What the
Let me go check on my pop-up, see if he needs anything.
Okay. If you haven't seen it, watch The Houses October Built. It's a really good movie. I don't have anything to say for once. Wow. So weird. So very, very weird. Mm. Potatoes.
Okay, I'm back.
Yay!
Celebrate good times. Come on. The celebration.
Have you been like watching Richard Simmons sweating through the oldies or something?
No.
Where are you getting all of these songs?
I don't know. They just randomly pop in my head.
You know what your theme song would be? I'm sure you can guess. I wouldn't say.
What would my theme song be?
It'd be It's Raining Men.
Oh.
Yeah, the obvious. Or I don't know. I can't think of anything clever right now. The more time I spend with you, the less clever I get.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You have that effect on people, I think. How come you haven't been doing any music shows lately?
I don't know.
You should do one soon.
Story. He was a big proponent of the show, a big champion of the show.
Within minutes of our broadcast, 2 viewers called for $800 to report that they recognized Arthur Franklin.
It was pretty cool when cases started to be solved because people watching had a stake in the show.
Even the very first episode of the first season, the case was solved.
June 21st, 1986. Gail Delano drove alone to a restaurant in Brunswick, Maine to meet a blind date.
The first story I directed was about a young woman in Maine named Gail Delano, and she had.
I gotta go.
All right, then.
Bye.
Please contact the Maine State Police.
And the thought among the police and her family was that she was answering personal ads and she may have been abducted by one of the people that she connected with. The show aired, and someone who worked in the morgue in a small town in Alabama recognized Gail's photograph from Unsolved Mysteries and, in fact, solved the mystery. And that was the moment that I realized that this was a different kind of show.
The minute that we solved the mystery, it exploded. Even more people started to watch. It was unbelievable.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go get something to eat. I'll talk to y'all in a bit. Woo woo.
The joy of whole room freshness. Glade Plug-in Scented Oil Fan.
All around you, you don't even know it.
It's the only freshener to use a continuous built-in fan.
It's just there in the air.
Unlike some fresheners that seem strong just around the outlet, the Glade fan continuously circulates fragrance throughout your whole room.
This shit'll blow your motherfucking mind. Magic everywhere in this bitch.
Plug-in Scented Oil Fan from Glade. The
pure motherfucking magic
of fragrance.